Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. The topic for today's video is my 5 favourite Peak District walks in this year. So it's the last day of lockdown today. I can't get out into the Peak District, so I thought, you know what, next best thing is we'll have a chat about it. So before I share my top 5, what I'd like you to think about is, if you've walked in the Peak District before, what's your number 1 favourite Peak District walk? If you haven't been into the Peak District, where would be the first place you'd go to if you had the opportunity? Please post those in the comments below. Reason being is, if they're places I've not been to before with the camera, then at some point I'll pick some to go and check out myself and take the camera with me. All of the walks I'm going to mention today, if I've got the route on my channel, there'll be a link to the video in the video description, and for all 5 that I'm going to mention, there'll be a link to the actual route on View Ranger in case you want to check these out yourself. Right, let's get started. Okay, so in 5th place we'll start in the White Peak, and that's Biggin and Wetton. So I walked that in October, and if you like limestone, Biggin is a fantastic place to go. A lot of the walks alongside the fantastic River Dove, and it's a much quieter route to the very popular Dovedale, but equally as beautiful. Wetton also, Wetton Hill, well worth checking out. So number 5, Biggin or Wetton. So just before I move on to number 4, regular viewers of my channel, please don't adjust your TV sets. It is a different colour hat. I think someone commented recently that on every video they see me wearing the same hat. I thought I'd mix it up today. I don't want to become too predictable. Anyone who watched my recent hiking tips video will have seen me without a hat and realised how follically challenged I am. That's why the hat is always on. Soon to be replaced by a beanie. Anyway, we're digressing. Let's move on to number 4. Okay, in at number 4 is Bradfield. So I walked Bradfield. It was the last Peak District walk I did just before the lockdown came in. I went in search of a couple of shooting cabins to see if they were bothies. Unfortunately they weren't, but it did give me a chance to check out Bradfield Moor, a place I've never done before, and I can honestly say it's one of the most stunning moors I've come across. Fantastic views of Derwent Edge. Bradfield in general, there are just so many places that you can check out within a fairly short walk. Highly recommend it. No idea why it's relatively quiet compared to other parts of the Peak District. It's beautiful. Deservedly in my top 5. Bradfield Moor, check it out. Okay, so in 3rd place is Howden Moor from Langsett. So anyone who's been to Langsett before will know it's a very popular part of the Peak District in South Yorkshire, mainly because there's a reservoir, so it attracts a lot of families who walk around there. You go within half a mile of the reservoir though, onto the moors. Absolutely glorious. Unfortunately I haven't got a video of that one on my channel because I last walked it just before I started doing YouTube videos. The link to the route I did that day will be in the description though if you want to check out where I'm referring to. The reason I've put Howden in my top 3 is it's probably one part of the Peak District that reminds me a little bit of the Lake District. Not in terms of high mountain peaks, but it has a real Lake District feel to it, and I absolutely love the Lake District too. So many parts of Howden Moor to check out as well. I've only done probably a third of it, so I'm really looking forward to getting back and checking more of it out. Unbelievably quiet part of the Peak District too. I think every time I've been up there I haven't seen another person, but it's gorgeous and I've no idea why it's not got the same popularity as places such as Kinder Scout. I can only think it's to do with its location. Okay, so in at number 2, any top 5 Peak District list wouldn't be complete without Kinder Scout being mentioned. However, there are various routes up Kinder. The one that is in my top 5 and at number 2 is Kinder via Fairbrook. Now, Fairbrook is gorgeous. You know, it's a really nice gradual climb up onto the northern edge of Kinder, running alongside, obviously as the name suggests, a brook and quite a few waterfalls. And when you get to the top of the northern edge of Kinder, you've got some fantastic gritstone rock formations to look forward to, such as Fairbrook Naze. Too many to mention. And the beauty of that route up to Kinder is, again, it's really quiet. So anyone who's familiar with Kinder via the Pennine Way route up via Edale will know just how busy it can be, particularly in nice weather. If you want to go up to Kinder and experience a little bit of peace and quiet, then the route up via Fairbrook is the one to consider. You know, honestly, genuinely, I was in awe when I was walking up Fairbrook. Lost count of how many times I stopped to take photographs. It was just so beautiful. So if you want to check out Kinder Scout and you want to go somewhere a little bit different, then the route up via Fairbrook, which is easily accessible from the Snake Pass Road, that's well worth checking out. So no top 5, as I say, is complete without Kinder Scout being in it, and that's my most enjoyable route up Kinder this year. Right, so just before we move on to the next in my top 5, I think I need to point out the reason why my nose is glowing a bright shade of red, which is never good when you've got a big schnoz like me. It's the 1st of December today, and the cooler winter temperatures have definitely arrived, and I've left my gloves at home, so that's a double error. Anyway, we've digressed again. Let's move on to the next one in my top 5. In at number 1, I feel like we should have a drum roll here. So number 1 for me this year has been the bothies on, or shooting cabins on Ronksley Moor. Now, you know, this has been my most watched and popular video that I've put on YouTube. But I absolutely loved that walk. I've been wanting to check it out for a while, but it's not the easiest to access, particularly at a weekend. So there are a couple of routes up. I took a very challenging route up via a clough, lower small clough. But if you go Monday to Friday up past Fair Homes, they open up the road and you can drive a lot further up, and there's a like a shooter's track that takes you directly up to the shooting cabins if you you know, if you don't want the challenging experience that I had. But you know, this year in particular, I think I've developed a real interest in finding bothies and other places of interest out. So I was made up to stumble across that one. And again, you know, you've got Howden Moors not too far away. Great views across Alport and Alport Dale and places like that when you're walking back. So again, I absolutely loved that walk. It's the one that sticks most in the memory this year. Definitely going to go back again this winter. I think it's the perfect place on a cold winter's day, just to take in a flask of tea and have a little bit of respite from the cold weather. So that's been my favourite walk this year, Ronksley Moor shooting cabins. Right, so that's my top 5 Peak District walks this year. Hope you found the video interesting. Hope it's given you some ideas of walks you could check out yourself if you've not done them before. But as I mentioned at the start of the video, really interested to hear and know in the comments below, for those who've walked in the Peak District before, what would be your number 1 most favourite walk? Anyone who's not visited the Peak District before, where would your first walk be if you had the chance to go? I will, as I said in the opening commentary, any that I haven't walked before or haven't done a video on, I will pick some of them out and take the camera with me at some point during 2021 and look to do a video for the channel. Right, okay, let's wrap the video up here. It's getting dark. I can see my face coming in and out of shadow on the camera screen. But thanks as always for watching. Thanks for commenting, hitting the thumbs up, etc. Really do appreciate it. I'll catch up with you all on the next video. Bye for now.